when someone comes to you for healing, and you want to look at their gut health or in their microbiome and in a tangible way, how is it that you utilize the phrase, food as medicine with them? You just had maybe mentioned a little bit about the fact that if there is going to be, some red meat consumed in their diet, that you would recommend a certain way of it being, grass-fed and things like that. But like in a tangible way, can you walk us through what would that look like for someone, as well as if anyone has any questions out there, regarding that food as medicine, or what have you heard before about food as medicine, or how do you utilize it in your own healing journeys? Go ahead and put that in the chat, and that will be something that we can share with Jan later. But Jan, what can you say about that?
So again, you have to remember one size does not fit all. I am looking at the person in front of me, and I have extensive questionnaire, a big adult questionnaire, and I want to know things like, have they had trauma in their life? Have they been abused? Things like that. So I'm looking at mindset too. You can do the best protocols on the planet, 80, and the person only gets 80% well. So why is that? And if you look down deeper, there's usually some kind of PTSD that's going on, or there's a mindset that needs to be reset. But so I go through the questionnaires, I look for inflammation, I look for hints that the body is giving me. And I might see that somebody has had a lot of ear infections and teenage acne, and now they've got a lot of gut issues. And then I suspect dairy, maybe even gluten, but if they've had ear infections, it's probably more predominantly dairy related. And so then we will discuss so sometimes you have to look at what foods to remove. So food is medicine, looking at what does your diet look like? Are you eating a lot of fast foods? Look, I used to go to Whole Foods and reject some of the foods that they had on the hot bar or the salad bar because it was full of canola oil. Like, who said canola oil was healthy? What happened to the extra virgin olive oil, right? But I have my clients start thinking about, how are you eating? Are you inhaling your food? Are you microwaving it in plastic? Are there foods you need to eliminate? Are you having problems with lectins? Are you having problems with histamine foods? So I'm really evaluating that person and what personalized they need to do. I look at vegetarian diets, and there is a graph that I pulled up, and I look at the vegetarian diet. This is just something that was done on bone density. You won't be able to see it, but I can send it to you, Jackie, if you want. But okay. Vegetarian diets are low in, so this was only looking at bone density of vegetarian diets, right? Only looking at bone density, not anything else related. So I get somebody in and they're vegetarian or vegan. I'm going to be looking for the common things that they can be deficient in. Are they deficient in low vitamin D? Are they low calcium? Are they low in protein? Are they low in iron, zinc, B12, or omega-3s? If those show up, and I can do testing for it, I don't have to guess. We have micronutrient testing that you can do. You can do organic acid testing. You can test for those, and you can see, are they, simple. And I try to utilize doctors, believe it or not, the testing that they do, your complete metabolic profile, your CBC, right? Those alone, I can tell you if I see B vitamin deficiencies, I'm seeing low iron, right? B12, low protein, right? All of those can come up on just ordinary testing. I don't have to get anybody to spend a ton of money on testing to come see me. everybody that comes in fills out my questionnaires. I really want the lab work that's been done within the last year. If we need to do further testing, then we do. So food is medicine. I'm looking at how you eat, what you're eating, how is it sourced? You're vegetarian. Are you eating too much glyphosate because you think organic doesn't matter? If you're eating too much glyphosate, it changes the gut microbiome. No wonder you have a tummy ache. No wonder you get gas and bloated. What's your microbiome being done? It's being decimated with every forkful of that healthy diet that you're eating, right? If you react to lectins, or you think dairy is good for you, but you react to dairy, I can do food sensitivity testing. So it's all about distilling what this person's epigenetics are. Are they sleeping? What's their stress level? Are they exercising? Are they hydrating? What is their, looking at all of that constellation and helping the people take these puzzle pieces and putting them together to, can you just drink more tea? Do you know that teas have prebiotics in them, right?
Right.
Is coffee good or bad for you? Well, I don't know. The answer somewhere, you have to remember that the number one source of polyphenols in the average American diet comes from coffee. Well, that's pretty sad.
Yes.
Because they're not eating enough. That says we're not eating enough vegetables and fruit, right? So coffee can be good and it can be bad, but if you're drinking too much, or if you have some caffeine sensitivity, you have to look at the individual before you. Should you take an omega-3 fatty acid supplement, or should you be eating your omega-3s? There's a whole discussion on that. And you had sent me a question that had been put before the group. So at any time, if you want me to kind of go over some of those questions, we can, but I can, you're going to have to put a lid on me because I can talk forever.
Yes. And I love it because it's it's information that sometimes those of us that we may already be aware of it, but to be reminded of it, especially now as we're starting out this new year, is a great way to look at it. So the information that you gave might be new to some people, or it might be a reminder, but all of it is really good.